Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello everyone, it's me again, Anushka.
Good afternoon,
I'm back
everyone.
with a new topic. And this video's topic is behaviors. Firstly, what are behaviors in real life? Now, I can think of a few examples that comes to my mind. One of them can be active, creative, paranoid, maybe even caring. So, we can define it as the way in which one acts or conducts oneself, especially towards others. Yeah? In coding, however, behaviors are predefined sets of actions that a sprite, which is the character in your code, can perform over and over, again and again. When a sprite starts a particular behavior, the chosen behavior, you're telling the computer to run that set of instructions on the sprite over and over again until the behavior stops. This makes the animation of the sprite look better. Now, this is the structure of the blocks used to trigger a behavior. Simple, right? Let's divide these into 4 parts. The first one is the sprite begins block. This block starts the behavior whenever the event it is attached to is triggered. The behavior block is the block that defines the behavior itself. So you choose from different behavior blocks according to what behavior you want to give. And then the sprite block. This block calls the chosen sprite for it to be used in the code. And the event block, we've already had a video on this, so you would know if you've seen the video. I would suggest you see that video before we start this one because it has a more deeper, it gives you a better idea of events, and since it's the main topic. So this block is the event block. It triggers, it recognizes the actions made by a user, the specified action of each event made by the user or on the device. Now, let's get coding. All hands on keyboards. Before starting off, make sure you're logged in to save your progress. If you don't have an account, then check out my other video that shows you how to make an account in code.org. Make one and log in. It's important to log in so that you can save your progress. And if you don't want to save your progress, that's all right. You can continue. But if you log in, you save your progress. It's best so that you can keep track of what you've finished and what you've not. Okay, so now let's see this. Look closely at the code below. And also, I forgot to tell you, the link is in the description. Please head over to the description box, open the link, and just start coding with me. So this is just a prediction that we're doing right now. Look closely at the code below. What will happen after you click on the alien? We're going to look at the code and we're going to predict what's going to happen. You only have one shot at this. Let's make it right. Okay. We're going to set the background to the chosen background. We're going to make a yellow alien, and when the alien's clicked, it patrols up and down. So which of the following options is right? You can take a minute, pause the video, and try to find the answer out. Okay, I'm gonna give you the answer now. The answer is the alien will begin moving up and down on the screen. Let's run and see. And click. It goes up, down, up, down. So yes, it's right. So let's click on finish. And our answer is right. Let's click on continue. Now there's a video about sprites and how you use behaviors. You can watch that video. It's going to be helpful and will give you a better idea maybe about the level. I'm just going to click on continue. Let's read the instructions. The alien was proud of its dancing skills on Mars, but now it can only move side to side. replace the behavior block in Sprite Begins to a different one that'll make the alien start spinning. So now you're going to realize that you don't exactly have only the blocks you need on the right side of your screen under the block section like it was in the other videos and other levels. So you're going to have to go into each section and search for what you need. But since they're labeled, you know where they are. So we're searching for the behavior block, which means it's going to be in the behavior section. So click on the fourth section and scroll down, find one that says spinning. Okay, it can be spinning left or spinning right, that's your choice. And there we go, I found it. It's the last fourth one. It's the last fourth one. So scroll down to the bottommost, and the last fourth one is the answer that you'll get. So drag and drop it, attach it to begins, and the one that's already attached will get detached. And you can just drag and drop it into the block section, throwing the block away. Let's run and see if this works. Click on the alien before this line reaches the end. Okay, that's important. See that line? Yeah, so it does spin. And we're right. So you can share your game here. You can just select, right-click, copy, open a new page, and paste it here. If you click on enter, you will find the code that you have done right now. Okay, let's go back. Click on continue. Okay, let's read the instructions again. Create a sprite that looks like a different alien. Make the new sprite start any behavior you want when it's clicked. Try using a new move this time. So let's see the code here. We already have the blue alien, yes, and we have the event, the sprite begins, the sprite itself, and the behavior block for the first alien. Now let's make the second one. Click on sprites because that's where you'll get create sprite. Now you're going to find the first one at the topmost. Drag and drop that underneath the blue alien. Make blue alien. You can drag and drop the events block down so that you can see both the aliens now. And by default, it has given another placement for you. That's great. I'm going to show you how to move the sprite later in the next level here. Okay? In the next lesson level, whichever one it is. Okay. So now we have created the other alien. Let's give the code for it to start a new move when it's clicked. So go to events because that's where I'll get the event block. Drag and drop the third block onto the screen. Now we need a sprite begins. You're going to go to behaviors for that. Click on behaviors. That's the fourth section. And from here, drag and drop the first block, the first blue one, under the event. Now go to behaviors, which is the fourth section once more. You can choose any move that you like. Okay. Now attach it to begins. Let's see if this works or not. No, it does not. In fact, the move that we've given to, it's given to the blue alien because we haven't changed the sprite here, and by default it's the first blue alien. So click on the blue alien. From the drop down list, choose the pink one, the tall pink one. And do the same for the sprite begins also. Click on it. From the drop down list, choose the pink one. Click on run. 1, 2, and both of them work. Click on continue now. Now, I'm sure you all would have noticed that there's a little icon here. This means whatever code you give here, the same code is going to be used in the next level also. So any change made here will be saved across all the levels. And at the end, all the code that you've made will be there in one workspace. Okay? Now we're gonna make an alien dance crew, make a third sprite and have it begin a behavior when clicked. Scroll down a little, click on events, drag and drop the third event. Oh wait, we didn't create a sprite yet. My bad, I'm sorry. Let's go to sprites, drag and drop the first block from sprites and drop it under the pink alien. You can move the events to the sides if you seem to think that it's blocking your view. I'm going to do that. Now you're going to see that it's the same sprite that you had before. So you're going to click on it, and from here you can choose another sprite. I can see that both the sprites are on top of each other, which means that the images are overlapping. Now, to make the fox-like alien move away, you're gonna click. Now, this is what I said. I'm gonna zoom in here. There we go. Do you see this lollipop-like button? Yes, next to these coordinates on the yellow block attached to the make new sprite. You're gonna click on that lollipop or balloon-like icon. I'm gonna zoom out. You see the rest of the screen is like dull, and this part of the screen is the screen that's, you can move your sprite around. Now you can see that wherever you move your cursor, your sprite will follow. Do you see that? If you take it out, then it's just going to stay there. If you take it back into that square, it's going to move along with your cursor. Now, you're just going to give the position, okay? So, I'm going to make it a little precise. I want y coordinates to be 80 and x coordinates to be 300. So, I'm going to tell you what y and x are if you don't know. Give me a minute. Here we go. Okay. Now, what are y and x coordinates? Do you see when I take my cursor on top of the preview screen here? This is the preview screen. That's what it's called. Do you see that there is a little square that says x, a number, and y, another number? Now, these are the coordinates of the screen. So, this preview screen is 400 into 400 pixels. I explained what pixels is in my previous video, I think. I'll explain it again. Pixels are tiny, tiny, tiny squares that make up the entire screen with just 3 colors. Yes, so the mixing of these 3 colors in tiny, tiny squares is what makes all the colors that you see on the screen right now. So it's also used for measuring the length of the screen. Okay, so x is the length of the screen, not the length, sorry, the breadth of the screen. You can see that. It's gonna measure from left to right. You can see that the x is the number changing when I change it from my right to my left. My left to my right. You see that? See, it's going from 0 to... My y might be changing too, but that's just because I don't have a steady hand on the touchpad. And you can see it reaches up to 400. And the y is from bottom to top. It's the length. You see that? 0 to 400. Okay? Now that I've explained that, let's move. Okay, we've made a new character. We've given it a different position. We're going to click on the alien now. Choose the alien that you've already chosen. Go to Behaviors. Drag and drop the first block. Drop it under Events. Drop it under the orange alien clicked event. Now go back to Behaviors. From here, you're going to choose another behavior. Drag and drop anything that you like from there and run. I'm gonna make sure. Okay, this is not working. Why is it? Okay, so my bad. I have not chosen the particular sprite in the Sprite Begins block. Let's click on that. From here, let's choose the fox thing. Okay, let's run. Click on all of the aliens and it works. Click on continue now. I'm gonna do this one and the last three are for you all to finish. Now we're gonna use a different kind of event. When we press an arrow key, one of the aliens should change color. So let's go to events. And from here, you're going to drag the second event this time because that's the key pressed event. Let's keep it as when up pressed. And we're going to go to sprites. We're going to go to sprites. From sprites, you're going to use, so you see all these blocks here. These blocks are the blocks that change the properties of the sprite. So it can change the size, it can change the direction, it can change its position, the color, and remove color. So the last second block is change color. So make sure you scroll to the most bottom of the screen and you'll find the last second block. Drag it, drop it under when up pressed. Okay, click. Now if you want to change the color, you're just going to click on red and you can see we have a big palette. If you don't see the whole palette, you can just drag and drop it onto the white screen way up. Now if you click on it, you still can't see it. Okay, I'm just going to do that. There we go. You can see the whole palette now. So you can choose whichever color you like from here. Make sure it's a noticeable one instead of making it like a really light change. So I'm going to stick with red because it's noticeable. I'm going to drag and drop it back there. Now click on run. Click on up. And you can see it changed color. Let's click on continue now. I'm going to show you the last three levels. And I'm going to leave that for you all to finish on your own. Now, yes, there is an event that I've not explained that's going to be used here. So I'm going to explain the event, but I'm not going to show you the code. So click on events. Do you see the first event here? Drag and drop it on the screen. You can see that it's at 3 seconds, whatever code below will work, which means after 3 seconds, any code that you give below will work. So after 3 seconds, I'm going to go to sprites. I'm going to drag and drop the second last block, put it under there. I'm going to click on run. You can see the timer here in this corner. And after 3 seconds, our alien is red. You can see that. So I'm going to delete the code. I'm pretty sure you all can figure this one out. Let's go to the 8th one. And here again, there's a different event. So I'm sure I don't need to explain this. It's self-explanatory. Last one, if you use it, when this alien touches this alien, whatever code you give below will work. So if you're having trouble understanding these events, you can go and check out my events video that I've uploaded on my channel, and it'll be easier for you to understand. Now the last one, you can go wild with whatever you want to do. So once you create a whole dance party, you can click on run, click on finish, and you get continue playing. That's alright, you're going to click on keep playing. Now what you can do is you can share your project. You're going to click on share here. And it's going to ask you to create an account. So for that, you're going to have to create an account because it's not like sharing the other levels that we have done in other videos. It's kind of different. Different how I cannot explain, but you're going to have to make an account to share this with your friends. But of course, you can always screen record your screen and show it to them. Well, that's all for today, everyone. Thanks for watching. If you really like the video, then do subscribe, share and like
so that my content gets across to lots of people. See you next time.